Hi guys, welcome back to our next vlog. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Guys, I think I finally got my YouTube account verified. Let's see if this video go over 10 minutes, the 10-minute mark, then definitely it has been verified. Also, all the links are now in my bio, TikTok, Instagram, you know, all those good stuff. Anyways, I'm not sure if this will be the last part. Hopefully we're just going to get into, I think this is part 10. Yeah, part 10. We're just going to get into when I finally arrived home with baby girl. So when it was a Sunday, because I spent exactly 1 week in the hospital. I had baby on a Sunday, I had her on a Sunday, and then I did not end up leaving the hospital until the next Sunday. All because I got frustrated. I started asking questions, you know, they were giving me little to no answer until the Sunday. They finally called me and said it's time to go home. Such man did come look for me. Him and him friend, the same friend, what did step past me in the house and did I give me, never did that talk to me, like, you know, me and him did in or something. So he brought the friend there. I think before that, like a couple days before that, or a day or two before that, he was there with me. And I said to him, what may your friend have? I'ma say, but me and your friend not have nothing. I see him come at the house and he step past me, him not even say nothing to me, and that I not usually like him. He said to myself, allow that alone, just allow that alone. I said, okay, no problem. So I was surprised when I see him pop up with the man the Sunday, and the man was there telling me congrats. I doubt I said back anything to him, or probably I said thanks, or I don't know. So that was it. The Sunday. And before me continue, guys, when I was at the hospital, as I said, the hospitality, the treatment that I got from him, and you know, his family member, people that I knew, so forth and so on, it was not bad. It was not bad. He was there every visit. It was 2 visits per day. He was there. He interested me have every little thing I want. I really appreciated that. But outside of that, the relationship between me and him, it was non-existent. There was even one evening when he came, and when he came, I was just crying because I was emotional. I was ready to go home. I was still here. I just, you know, listen to me, being at the hospital for too long give you that depressing feeling. Yeah, like me want leave now and him just hold you captive. And him come and him see me a breakdown, you know, no little comfort, you know, he'll be okay, don't worry about that. I want you, I'ma start forgetting into it. Get yourself together, man. Get yourself together. I want you, man. Get yourself together. And the man just rough me up and deal with me some type of way. Even though he did what he did, and this is my honest opinion, he did what he did, and I honestly appreciated it, even though he didn't have to do it, even though he's my baby father. Enough people that say him obligated to, but you know, even though people might say that he really didn't have to, but he did, and I appreciated it. But outside of that, I just felt as if though he was just doing it to, him never did that do it genuinely. He was just probably doing it because of the baby, which nothing is wrong with that, or probably he was just doing it because people that look upon it some type of way or whatever. I don't know. That's how I felt. Anyways, now, them let me out the Sunday. So me and baby girl, we were on our way home, finally. Happy. Do the hospital walk, everything. It was the same guy that drove us home the night. And then after that, it was just me and baby girl. I was there for 1 month, more than about 8 weeks. 8 weeks? No. About 7 weeks. After having baby, I was at his house for about 7 weeks because I remember going to 6 weeks clinic there, and it was little after 6 week clinic, the whole, you know, brawl and outburst go on, and we're gonna get to that. Being there, being at his house, it was just me and my baby. Even though he was there, we were never on good terms. I was just in the back room with my baby, me and my baby. As I said previously, the only thing that was in that back room was a bed, a side table, a chair, and an iron board, and that's all I had to put me and my baby stuff on, and a fan. So in the days when I wanted to watch TV, I would go around like the back room. You know, it was annoying. I was there, but I was uncomfortable. But I was there because I really needed the help, and I had no choice, because at this time in my life I was broke. It made no sense to just come back home with a baby, not knowing how I would provide for myself or what, you know, would happen. I remember one week, because my baby was born in October, and I'm also an October girly. So I remember like a week and something after getting home from the hospital, my birthday was coming up, and I said to him, I sent him a message and I said to him, my birthday is coming up. I know that you're not obligated to do anything for me, because as I said, at this point, the relationship between me and him, there was none. I was just there, you know, I just like dog and puss type of behavior. I said to him, I know that you're not obligated to do anything for me, but only thing I'm asking is that you just help me start up my small business so I can be on my way. When I said that to him, he sent me back a message saying, oh, my baby are just 2 weeks. My daughter are just 2 weeks and she not left the house until she had 1 month. That had nothing to do with my request. My request was that I'm just asking you to help me get back on my foot, because that's how determined and ambitious I am. I did not ask for hair at this time. I was looking ruggedy. I did not ask to go and do my hair, nails, buy clothes, bring me on a date, nothing. Only thing I needed was the start up at my small business so I can be on my way. He said to me, okay, no problem, I'm going to help you. That's what he said to me. All right, no problem, I'm going to help you. Being there, I got little to no assistance from him when it came on to the baby. I had a C-section a couple days after coming home from the hospital, and when I keep saying home, I mean his house. After coming home from the hospital, within a couple days, I was around the back washing my baby stuff, because, you know, he said that he would bring her stuff to his family house so they could wash them. Big up to your mother, because when I was in the hospital, she took my stuff and she washed them, and she really didn't have to. That's why I have so much, one of the reasons why I have so much respect for her. I'ma call her mama, because she washed my stuff them when I did the hospital. Not only my stuff, but me and my baby stuff by hand, and I will forever be grateful and thankful for that. So after a couple days of me being there, my baby stuff them need to wash. I couldn't sit down and depend and wait for him for, you know, make up in mind whether he might go carry them, go or come or whatever. So I started washing her clothes a couple days after coming out of the hospital. Yeah, it wasn't a wise thing to do, but I had to do what I had to do for my baby, because she was running out of clothes and I never want her clothes them stay there and me do. So as a mother, me have to do what me have to do. The only thing that he did was to just come home in the afternoons and cook and ensure that I had something to eat, which I really did appreciate. Even when him cook, I get up a morning time and I wash up the plate them, and I wash my baby clothes them, and I move around same way. Yeah, I've been doing that from like 1 week. 1 week, because I spent 1 week in the hospital, so 1 week plus I've been doing all of that. And even though him did used to come home, come cook for me, ensure so me eat at evening time. One time me and him catch up and I heard him on the phone and bring me down and say, I may have to come over evening time, come ensure say Me cook so she can get something for yam. Um, it was a lot. I was there for a little over 6 weeks, and most of the time I had no help. It was just me and my baby. I was being understanding because, you know, it was just me and my baby. Him go away at daytime, you know, work or whatever else, because me and him had little to no communication. So when he left, I didn't know if he was going to work, what he was going to do, where he was. I really did not care. So most of the time I was always home with my baby by myself, day in, day out, day in, day out. I was saying to myself, like when him come home, come cook at evening time, me not gonna be the one for pressure him and say, help me with the baby. You understand? So I really was struggling it out by myself. It was bad. Not in a sense that I had a problem taking care of my baby. She's mine. I will do anything for her, and I will do it again and again and again. But it was a lot as a new mother. You know, I'm not used to certain things. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just figuring it out as I go along. In the days I would have her, in the nights I would still have her. Me not tell no lie. When I say 5 o'clock come, me used to depress. When I see it hit that 5 o'clock bell, I used to become really depressed, because me know say tonight me have to go rub a next night shift all by myself, me and my baby in a one lonely room, you know, no help. Plus me have to have her a daytime. The first time I we ended up bringing her to the doctor was, I was cluster feeding her. I was feeding her too much because I was so tired in the nights. When I put her on the breast, she was sucking too much, and she would just bring up back everything through her mouth, her nose. So being that the nurses told me at the hospital that that can be a bad thing, it can lead to a case in which it end up getting in her lungs and cause problem. So when I saw that happening, I became very worried, and I said it to him, and we brought the baby to a pediatrician. When we brought the baby to a pediatrician, I said to him, after doing her checks and asking questions, because we brought her to the pediatrician because of the cluster feeding, and also she started to get baby pimples, like, you know, when them face full of baby bump and so forth. So after asking questions, so forth and so on, the pediatrician said to him, listen, she needs some help. I'm not sure if you have anyone around that can come and assist for at least 2 or so times out of the week, so she can get some help. It's not good for her to have the baby all day and then have the baby all night. She will most definitely crash out. Worse, she have high blood pressure, her body will go into survival mode, she will shut down and she will drop down. That's what the pediatrician said to him. He said to the pediatrician that we're going to have to figure it out, because him not trust people and him not want nobody come in yard. So we are going to have to figure it out. Lo and behold, we left. She said, the pediatrician just said, listen, try feeding her a little less, and see what will happen. Come back in a week. When we left, nothing changed. I was just back on it by myself. I was just doing what I had to do. Being there for a little over 6 weeks, he had only helped me with the baby like 4 times. And 3 out of the 4 times, I had to ask him to help me with his own child. This man would pass the room door, look at me in there, hours a morning, see me struggling, deprived of sleep with our baby, because people always say, stop saying my pitney alone, or a child, and he would just not care. He would just not care. 4 times he helped me with the baby by taking her, and 3 out of the 4 times I was the one who had to go to him and say, you can't help me with the baby, please. I was asking this man to help me with his own child, and when he took the baby, it would be for like probably 2 or 3 hours the most. So if he took the baby by 9 o'clock, he would come to put her down by 12 or 11. And as him take the baby out of my hand, I was so exhausted to the point where if him take the baby by 9 o'clock, 9:01, I would be dead asleep. I would be dead asleep. I waste no time sleeping out the 1 or the 2 or the 3 hours maximum that he would take the baby for. I kid you not. I kid you not. He was not proactive with helping me with the baby. I had to ask him. And even though I had to ask him, I was still trying to be considerate, because I was like, all right, him gone all day. When him come in the night, him have to cook so I can get something to eat, so I'm not going to be the one to pressure him. At one point, what I used to do in the mornings, like after 9-10 o'clock in the mornings, because when him come in and him cook, him just the out in the living room on him phone till 1-2 o'clock, scrolling on TikTok, on YouTube, I don't know, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm struggling it out with, the baby. At one point, what I used to do was to, when I wake up in the morning, I would just take the baby around by his room, rest the baby beside him, so I could go and wash up the plate, because when him cook me wash the plate, I could go wash her clothes, I could go tidy up the little room that I was in, and it even became a problem. He said to me I was supposed to stop coming into his room and wake him up at morning time. Yeah. He said to me, stop coming to my room at morning time, come wake me up. We went back to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician was, doing a little update. And she was saying to him, how are we, going along now? Are you getting any assistance, any help? Nope. He just kept saying the same thing. We just have to go figure it out, because he don't want nobody in him yard. And the pediatrician looked at him again, dead in the eyes, and said, it cannot continue like this. She needs some help. She needs to get rest. Her having the baby all day and all night, it's affecting her. At this point, guys, my blood pressure was through the roof. I was on 2 different medications for my blood pressure, and they were not helping. She said it to him again, and she said, well, we have to go figure it out. We did not figure it out. By the time we left, I remember when he stepped out of the office, for like a good probably 10 or so seconds, I turned around and I broke down to her, and I said, it's not going to happen. And she pat me on my shoulder and she said, not to worry, she will get older eventually. So we weren't so I just trying to forget emotional. So being at the house with the baby, as I say, we never talk much. We just step past one another at daytime. He did bring me back to the doctor to do to check on my cut one time after that. And when I was there, I tried not to, ask much of him. Like the only time I would have say anything to him is like if the baby wants something, I would ask him to buy it and he would. If I want something like breast pads or little stuff like that, I would still ask him to get them for me and he would. But at the end of the day, I tried my best not to ask much of him. The most I asked of him was to help me start back my small business, and he said that he would. Time passed. When I see him say nothing to me, I asked him like 2 to 3 times after that, and it was just a different story. It was just like, oh, you know, it wasn't all right, I'm willing to help you. It was just like a answer for get me a fine back type of thing. My birthday come, he gave me $100 US, and when he gave that to me, I was like, you're giving me $100 US plus you're going to help me buy stock. He knew he had no intentions of helping me to start back my small business, but he did give me some money, and I did use that to, you know, clear about 2 or so of my bills. After we did pop off, the day before the live, he went around the back. Remember that I've been washing the baby clothes for like weeks, every other day around the back. He had a basket that I was putting the baby bath on, and I was washing. More than one time he come around there, comes to me, I wash on the basket. All of a sudden, I don't know what was wrong, him just tell myself to stop wash pan him basket. So when he said that, I said to him, so where am I supposed to wash the baby? Could tell me, I forgot to ask him that. The man start to go on and ask me when me plan to go on my yard and all of that. And I said to him, is the money that you gave to me at this point in time, you gave me about, I don't know, probably 300 or 400 US. I said to him, is it this money that I'm supposed to use to go home? He said to me no. And then the next day when me and him kick off, him said to me, say, I should have known say the money them if you use to go on my yard. Guys, come back for our next part, because I think this video is getting a bit long. So we're going to get into, you know, what happened the night of the live and so forth and so on. Yeah,